being out.
We wanted to make sure that people right here in the city, in all the cities, and I think next week we're in Sacramento.
So I am downtown at Baltimore City's Hall,
These next three guys
and
are leading the charge right here in Baltimore City.
This is ridiculous. There's so many people not wearing masks,
and I've seen it firsthand. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Chris Anderson.
and the name of their thing is "Walk Away."
Welcome, Baltimore!
Oh my God! It's literally called "Walk Away." Like, why would you name your organization "Walk Away"?
And we got protesters here, so I'm loving this. This is what it's all about: bringing people together, unity, bringing people to sit at the table.
They got people registering to vote.
When we had the riots down here, the uprising, there were people that
Oh, he calls it the uprising.
And there was some community activists like myself, 300 men that stopped that from happening. People had bottles and everything. We're not
He's saying he's from the 300 men. Hold up, let me see this dude. Dog is dying.
I just want to say something about Brandon Struck real quick. I would not be standing here if it wasn't for him. I met Brandon a little ways before the campaign started, before I became a walkaway man. Murray, give a shout out to everybody. Murray gets credit. Our walkaway leader here in Baltimore. Raise your hand again, Murray. She don't get enough credit.
This guy says he was part of the 300.
Oh yeah, we were on Right Side Broadcasting. Murray, come up here for a second. Come here. Yeah. We got over 2 million views on Right Side Broadcasting. Y'all probably recognize us standing next to each other right now. This is the lady that got me on with Walk Away. It helped me walk away from the Democratic Party and helped me to start a new life with my conservatism. But it's not about that. Thank you very much. You want to say something?
Baltimore is definitely worth saving, and there are people out there to do it. We need to be unsilent and make it happen. Walk away, Maryland!
Walk away, Maryland. So I just want to say something about Brandon next. When I met Brandon, I could not believe it. I was with Walk Away already. I was with the concept. I met Murray. Murray got into the group to Walk Away. The concept is not to go to the Republican Party, but walk away from the process that this right behind us. Put us through in Baltimore. There's 300 some plus murders. There's trash. There's crime. There's drugs. And this place is sitting right next to Washington, D.C. and we're saving it. It does not have to be like that. I don't care who don't like it. I am with that message. I don't care who don't know it. I am with that message. If Trump supporters are saying Baltimore's worth saving, then I'm saying Baltimore's worth saving. Right along with it. The people here should be saying that. The people here should be saying that. And to my protesters, I got a message for you too, my protesters. Freedom of speech is for you too, and I'm glad that you're here representing what you're representing. It's because of them that we're here. They're protesting. They came down here every day to say to this corrupt administration that we are tired of people lives being lost here in Baltimore, and now we're tired of people lost here being lost all over America.
I'm filming. I can't hold the sign.
Not that far apart. We want to walk away from that process, and we want to put a process in there that will work. Be it independent, be it Republican. I'm hoping and praying. I know it's a problem. Because we are the only ones with conservative.
This guy's holding 3 flags at once.
We support the First Step Act. We support no unemployment. We support sending money to Baltimore City HBCUs. So we got to get people in Baltimore to understand that this is a drop in the bucket. This is a red drop in the bucket, but we got to get people to understand. This is the spark. I'm glad Brandon started here. This is the spark. We got to get people in Baltimore to understand that they cannot keep voting the same people in that's going to corrupt, put trash on their street, and make their city look like hell.
This flag here is a flag of the Patriot Front. This is a white supremacist organization called Patriot Front.
I like that about him. He's not afraid. He's not trying to siphon votes away from somebody else. What he's trying to do is save liberal cities one at a time. So go to Walkway and join.
So we got white supremacists
here. Means what he says, and I swear to you, when I met him, he's an honest person.
I scraped off stickers. around Baltimore from this dude's organization.
Movement and everything that he's saying. And all you protesters over there with your freedom of right speech, you should believe in Walk Away too. Please give Walk Away a try. We are not, our message is not that far apart. Thank y'all very much. Now, I want to say something. No, I'm sorry. I'm not done, Alexandra. I'm not. Wait till Eugene Du Bois guy comes up here. You got to yank the mic out of his hand. What I want to say about this establishment right now, I want to tell everybody, just look behind you. You see this City Hall. It sits there as a beacon of light, and Baltimore City has sat there for a very long time. But it's been sitting there for 70 years, and it hasn't gave us a damn thing for it. I am tired of administration in there that's in there not doing. We can't even get trash cleaned up on the street. So I'm glad we out here and I can say that message to them to their face. My name is Christopher Anderson. I'm telling y'all right now, you should be fired for the poor ass job that you're doing in Baltimore City. I am sick and tired, and all people in the residents in Baltimore should be sick and tired and walk away from this corrupt, criminal.
Hey there, I'm a documentary filmmaker. Which flag is this one?
Christopher Anderson, know who I am. See Anderson 2020 on Twitter.
Turn it the other way for a sec.
Yeah.
I'm holding it for somebody else. I believe he told me that 3% is from the colonial days, when 3% of the people were patriots until the British came in to take us back. I'm not positive on that.
So it's 3% of patriots?
Yeah, there was only 3% of patriots here at the very beginning when we first got here, back in the colonial days.
Oh, like in the American Revolution?
Yes.
All right.
When the British came in, it was only 3%, but then we all rose up at more than that.
Got it.
At that point.
So the flag, is the flag from the colonial days?
Actually, you get all the correct information.
Yeah.
The gentleman with the Maryland flag.
Which guy?
Maryland flag.
With the Blue Lives Matter?
Yeah.
Got it. So
He was standing over here in front of the Black Lives Matter people.
Got it.
Holding a sign in there, and I said, "Hey, can I hold that one for you?
All right.
You can hold the other one, go higher."
Got it. Thank you. I appreciate
So
it.
many conservative values that's fighting for the city. I'm very tired.
Specifically, right, but I asked him when I took it from him.
I'm very tired of people thinking Baltimore
Gotcha.
does
He would definitely be able to tell you
should hear the things
Okay.
I've heard.
Yeah, I'll ask
Since
him.
I started running as a conservative, you should hear the things I've heard. I mean, you can just imagine Uncle Tom this, the trader that, and this and that. But guess what? The people of Baltimore that sit in their homes every day and they're going to vote the same establishment that's tear you down. The only traitor to Baltimore is you. Okay? We are your heroes. We are your examples. If you don't know how to walk away from a
He has no idea what the flag is for, and yet he's still holding it up.
That's why we are the heroes, and you can't. I don't want to hear another word, traitor word come out of anybody. If you're not brave enough to come out here and say the same thing, Democrat, Independent, or Republican, then you are the traitor to America as well as Baltimore.
This guy keeps saying that he was part of the 300-man march, but I don't recognize him at all.
And I get to let it out today. I am frustrated. I'm frustrated with the people in Baltimore. I'm frustrated with the politicians in Baltimore. And I'm frustrated with the folks and crooks in Baltimore. All of y'all are afraid. All of y'all, especially you Democrats that call yourselves Democratic voters. You're afraid to say it's not working. It hasn't worked in 70 years. You need to try something different. If you can't try something different, at least walk away from the process. All I want to say is I'm blessed for having me up here. Chris Anderson.
So it's interesting. There are absolutely no police out here at all. I see a cop car down there. And WBAL just rolled up.
It's not about tearing us apart. So yes, walk away. Walk away. Walk away. Walk away. Walk away.
They're now chanting, "Walk away."
Blacks and Jews can come together in time. Thank you so much. Another round of applause for Chris Anderson. So we got another amazing, great speaker. Another conservative political activist, a Black America walks away from the Democratic Party. Without further ado, Giovanni Patterson.
This guy's wearing Patriot Picket with illustration of Thomas Jefferson, apparently. Strange.
So my name is Giovanni Patterson. I'm described as a political activist. That's the first time I heard that title. I am active politically, though. The idea of this rally that we have to rescue America. We've gone so far from our core values. And the core value that I represent most is the family. Our families are under attack. The idea of family is under attack.
It's a whole
One of the first acts of war,
lot of white people.
when you claim
I'd say
war,
there's maybe,
declare war in a community, you take out the
I don't
men.
know, 100, 150 people.
You take out the men and leave the village defenseless. And that's what's going on within our communities. That's what's
Not
going on within
everybody
our country. That's what's
who's
going on
here is
within our
supporting,
city.
though.
So the basis of why I'm politically active
The
is
guy
to
with the
bring
shirt
back
that
the
says
family,
"Defend the police."
to restore the family unit. Now, why is the family under attack? Why is it so important to destroy families?
This guy's saying that the family is under attack.
That the families are a representation of God's love on earth.
Okay.
Families are the representation of what God is. When two can come together, two from two different backgrounds, disagree, but in one household, make it function, make it work.
That kid is not happy to be in the heat.
Create and establish a new generation. Build legacy. That is an example of God's love for us. That's why the left wants to take that down. When you have no identity, you identify what they say you are. The left wants to put you in boxes. You have to fit in this box. And when you combine the boxes together, they call it intersectionality. Words that common folk don't understand. Oh, y'all can laugh, man.
Please laugh. Please laugh at my joke.
But they want to put you in boxes to remove your identity. To pit one person against another. Because America can't fall from the outside. It has to be divided from within.
Let's count masks, shall we? Ready?
It has to be divided from within. And we
One,
have Marxist organizations,
two,
communist organizations
3, 4, 5.
in America, in our government, in
That
our
one doesn't
streets,
count because she's not having on her
to take
face.
us down.
6, 7.
Because our Pledge of Allegiance says one nation. It's not Black America.
7.
It's not white America. It's not Latino
7
America.
masks.
It's one nation.
7 masks for all these people.
Let's talk about justice.
And
Justice does not
Not-
mean an adjective.
7 masks for all these people in the middle of a pandemic, y'all.
Free justice, camera justice. We don't. It says justice for all.
Yeah, they're claiming that
Justice for all.
because you don't know what a term is, that's
So look,
a reason to not pay attention
everyone in their
to
lives has some defining
it.
moment.
They're advocating for
Everyone is faced
Idiocracy.
with a challenge. Everyone has that aha moment. It's time to find out what's yours. It's time to find out how much of the family will you allow to be destroyed.
how
How much of our
of the
cities will we allow to
family
burn
will be allowed
before
to
we say we're going to walk
be
away.
destroyed.
I'm not saying walk
Last
away
I
from
checked,
another party.
the
I'm saying
Democratic
walk away
Party was the one
from what the
who
status quo
is
Walk away from what we've been going through.
helping families with welfare, Social Security, food assistance, SNAP.
Be yourself.
Are those not things for families?
So real power comes from within. I believe God hides His word in our hearts. Because that's the last place most people will look. And from within is where our strength comes. That's why God says, be still and know him, because then you have to face yourself. When you face yourself and you allow God to work within you, that's when the strength comes. So I'm going to leave you with this one Frederick Douglass quote.
So this guy
says,
is pretty fascinating.
And God,
so he has a t-shirt that says Poles for Trump, meaning Polish people supporting Trump. And he's got a flagpole with 3 flags on it. On one side is the American flag. On the other side is an anti-communism flag, I guess. And sandwiched in between is a Trump flag.
Put this entire event together for all of you. My good friends, the founder of freeandfairelections.org, the founder of the catchphrase, American Kids First. My friend, Tim Fazenbaker. Jews and Christians can get along together too.
I'm so proud that all of you guys are out there today. I'm so proud
out
that
here.
this event is
We're
coming,
out here, not out there.
I'm so proud that it's in Baltimore.
We're out here. We're here right now.
Last year I woke up, it was a Saturday morning, and I saw the tweet about Baltimore that came, with Trump and what was going on in West Baltimore. And
this is not West Baltimore.
This
is Central Baltimore.
But we know what problems are going on.
This is not West Baltimore.
And they've been going on for 70 years. And it's time that we need to say we've had enough. We need to do something, and we need to step up. So what I decided to do was I wanted to meet influential people who could bring help right here to Baltimore. I met Brandon in Boston about a year ago, and I said, I want you in Baltimore. I want you to come help. I want to make Baltimore the shining city.
How many times is he going to say Baltimore? Every time he says Baltimore, take a drink.
Liberal-run cities, and he said I would help. And then I met Chris Anderson last year at the state fair, and he didn't have any inspirations about politics, but he was a great guy.
Oh,
and then all
we got the Gadsden flag.
I realized he's from right here. He has a voice right here in the city to say that he can stand up and he'll fight for his community and his neighborhood. And I met this guy you're going to meet soon, Eugene Boykai from Liberia, an American.
Oh wait,
he lives in the city, and
what about his kids though?
Stand up and I want to take
His
back
Liberian
Baltimore,
kids.
And I want to make this the city that represents the individual, the community, and the land of the free. And I met Giovanni Patterson, who you just met.
Oh, there's some people
and he said,
yelling at Black Lives Matter protesters. I'm going to go
and I said, that is
film what they're going to
cities.
have to say, because
this
this guy's not making any sense.
The people are being played against each other on purpose. They want to use emotion to break us apart. Most of us here want to use logic because we're logic-based people. We follow the Constitution.
Ooh, they're logic-based
The left
people.
doesn't want that. They want to split apart.
It's a guy. Oh, here's a
If you
cop.
ask these
He's got a gun.
protesters, they think with emotion. They don't realize that they're harming people in the city, people in the suburbs, the entire country, and this entire world. It is our job to stand up and tell everybody that we will be here to rescue America. That we will be
This is a man who needs to be at the table.
What the founding fathers created for us. And we will not let murder go through the roof in these cities like it's been going on in Baltimore for years.
Very smart guy.
So I am working, and I want all of you to work. Do anything you think that you might be good at. But I'm working with guys in the city and girls in the city to say, hey, I can only do so much in the city, but they can do so much more. And they are doing it. They are going to bring back the city for individualism, for Americans, for all of us. They are going to do it. This walk-away movement is so important. We're not asking everybody to become a part of a party. We're asking you to lead that leftist mentality. Don't let them take your vote for granted. I know many people are afraid. They think Republicans are bad and evil. They think they're racist. And speaking as a Republican, yes, people think that that's not us. But we can't convince them overnight necessarily that we're not that. What we need to convince them is that we want them to be part of us. We want them to come into our party and have an imprint. And these guys are doing it. And I am so proud to be up here with these guys who are going to reshape Baltimore and reshape America. Thank you guys.
The people who organize this have an organization called Walk Away.
Awesome. and I just met her, I have to tell everybody that I have the honor to bring up the lovely Miss Shamika Michelle. Here you go.
Hello, Baltimore. How y'all feel? Listen, I am so excited to be here today, and let me tell you one of the reasons. I'm a Southern girl, right from the South.
We got all lives
But
matter
growing
here.
up, I would run into people from Baltimore, and they had the best accents. So if I was from Baltimore, I would say something like, I'm Shamika Michelle, an entrepreneur, and I do a lot of things with the Walkaway campaign. And my mother is
Opening
very
speech
proud.
is to make fun of the Baltimore accent.
Did I kind of get that?
The black Baltimore accent
I've been waiting to say mother
to a crowd
in a
of white
place where
people.
it's accepted. Trying
Black
to,
Baltimore accent
culturally
jokes
connect. Because I've
to
been
white
told
people.
as a black conservative that we are not culturally connected.
This is
Now, I don't know how
fascinating.
a black woman with an afro can be told she's not culturally connected. But even Joe Biden said, I ain't black. Which was a surprise to me because Amira, not Alexa, but Amira, do y'all know Amira? A-M-I-R-R-O-R. Amira tells me every morning that I am. Amira, what color is Shamika Michelle? Here's what I found. Shamika Michelle is black, but let me add to that, she's also a beautiful American patriot. And you know, it's amazing to me that I never had to prove my blackness when I was voting for Obama. No one cared that I voted for him twice based on skin color instead of common ideology. And it's my opinion that although Obama
too hot, y'all.
has the same skin color,
People are out sitting in the shade. That dog is hot. You can get registered to vote.
Mama bear, Papa bear, and baby bear, it's gonna be reading as Papa bear. Baby bear would have been aborted, and Goldilocks will be
This group is called Walk Away. They call themselves Walk Away. That's the name of their group.
My children get on a plane and wear an uncomfortable mask to play with y'all.
Oh, she doesn't want to wear an uncomfortable mask
America rally.
on the plane.
The word rescue means to save from a dangerous or distressing situation. When I think of someone who's going to rescue, I think of a fireman who is fearless, who will rush into a burning building and save lives. I don't think of these bed-waiting Democrats who are running around the country trying to burn it down.
The Democrats are burning down the country?
Rescue, I think of Superman. And by the way, I'm still waiting on my Superman in case you want to pay for my dinner tonight.
Wow.
But I think of Superman, how every time Lois Lane was in distress, he rushed in and rescued her. And let me tell you something, even though Superman was in tights, he wasn't a cowardly little bitch. Y'all say rescue from a dangerous or distressing situation. And when you're coming in to rescue somebody,
Cop cars coming through. And the crowd cheers.
when you're coming
So
in to
there's
rescue somebody,
usually
you have
no
to be
reason
bold.
for them to
You have to be fearless.
drive through that
you
way.
can't be scared.
That's weird.
You cannot be afraid. You have to be willing to stand and denounce Black Lives Matter for the Marxist organization that it is, without worrying about being canceled by the so-called woke culture. Y'all know the woke culture that's so awake they need to take a nap. You can't be afraid of them.
You're so woke,
you gotta be able to tell them that it's time for them to go back to their mother's basement.
I don't know what you're talking about.
And pull the covers over their head.
I'm trying to figure it out.
And let those of us that don't have straw for brain get this country open, up and running again.
Oh, that's right.
Rescue America.
Get the country open and running during a pandemic. That's a
You need
real
people like Chris Anderson
real good idea.
running for city council. You need people like Giovanni Patterson running for city council president. You need people like Eugene running for city council. You need people like Brandon Strzok, who is not afraid to start a movement that will change a nation.
It almost sounded like she said Brandon Scott. Get up close. Yeah, I can get up close. I can walk right up
You need
front.
people like everybody that came up here that's not afraid to declare what we believe is right. That's the way we're going to rescue America. This is not the time to be stiff, stuffy, and dignified. This is the time for you to get downright dirty with them. This is the time to be indignant. This is the time to not be scared. This is the time to be bold. This is the time when they tell me, as a black woman, I have no business supporting America. When they tell me I have no business fighting for my country, this is not my land. My people are not supposed to be here. You need somebody like Shamika Michelle that'll put a hand on her hip and look them dead in the eye and say, but I was born in the USA. That's how we're going to rescue America. And it is my opinion that we need Donald J. Trump in the White House. See, I'm not here to be nice. I'm not here to be cute. If that's what you're looking for, I'm the wrong one. But if you're ready for somebody, even in 4-inch heels, to kick the door open and rescue America, then I'm the one. Is the one. The Walk Away campaign.
So wait, but he had 4 years. He had 4 years.
And I stand with you today, and I hope that we all stand together on November 3rd to continue.
If he didn't rescue America, are they saying that Trump failed? I don't get it. Like, what are they saying?
I'm inspired. Are you
Like
inspired out there?
they're not like when I want
Well, we
to
got another guy
convince people
meet this
to
time.
re-elect a
Mike
candidate
Mahalo.
for more time.
Coming to the stage.
I would talk about all the amazing things that they did.
Give it up for Mike Harlow, everybody.
God, it's hot as hell. My godmother used to say I'm sweating my duck off. Let's hear it for Brandon, our walker in chief. And Shamika, my queen. Anyway, I have a confession to make. My name is Mikey, and I'm 5 years clean of leftism. I'm one of those people who just used to sit in front of MSNBC all day and read the New York Times. I used to think if Rachel Maddow didn't say it, it didn't happen. Because especially if I'm from New York, so if you're from blue cities like me, we were just raised to be loyal soldiers of the Democratic Party without a moment's thought. I walked away after seeing through all the lies, the hypocrisies, the toxicity of Democrat policies that hurt the people they are designed to help, and the poison of
Hey, Jamal.
identitarian ideology.
Do you remember a guy named Chris Anderson? Because he was up here on the stage saying that he was part of the 300 Men March. But I was in the 300 Men March. And you were in the 300 Men March. And he's not looking real familiar.
Auntie Mame? Since leaving the left, I've been called every name you can imagine. A Nazi, a murderer. That was my favorite. And it's all because I believe in some very controversial ideas.
Where did Chris Anderson go?
Of speech. Like judging people for the content of their character. Like tolerance for diversity of viewpoint. You know, controversial far-right ideas like that. No, today the modern left, as we all know, is about two things. Control and conform. I mean, think about what they're doing today, altering language.
So wait a second. They have
us all to colors
a token gay speaker.
A lot of people say that it's Orwellian.
His name is Mikey.
And that they got their operating manual right out of 1984.
And
I found something that I think is a little more accurate.
They were a moment ago complaining about the destruction of the family.
Summary of this and tell me if it sounds familiar. As he walks the streets of Los Angeles,
traditionally conservatives would say that homosexuality is the destruction of the family.
And that most of the social elites are skull-faced animals.
Yeah, I'm not getting it. I don't know who she is, Marissa.
I want to address some misconceptions that people have on this culture of conformity that we are fighting against. Some people think it's only conservatives that can fight the radical left. Well, I'm here to tell you this really has nothing to do with being liberal or conservative. I mean, I'm really not even a conservative. I mean, look at me. My nipples are hanging out half the time. How conservative can I be? So it has nothing to do with that, because the things that they are pushing are just so fundamental and so basic that I don't know, anyone couldn't be against it. And, you know, it's fairly obvious the damage that they're doing. You know, I grew up in the 90s and 2000s, and things seemed really better then, almost, in terms of race relations, at least. When I was in kindergarten, the kindergarten teacher, she opened up a white egg and she opened up a brown egg to show us that we're all the same on the inside. And now it's kind of heartbreaking to think about what kids are being taught today, you know? The white egg, it's rotten to its core. It's a perpetrator of the white cisgender patriarchy. So let's talk a little bit about this election.
I think that went over their heads.
How many of y'all are going to vote? I will come find you if you don't. I'm more Italian than gay. I will find you. So you better. So anyway, I hated Donald Trump in 2016. Hated him with a burning passion.
Yep.
And I have to say, since taking office, he has proven me wrong every step of the way. He has done things that I never would have dreamed especially a Republican president would do. First president in generations to start no new wars. Yeah.
That's a pretty low bar.
Right now, he is fighting to bring the troops home from Afghanistan, finally. And it is Democrats, along with Dick Cheney's daughter, that are against that. But I mean, that shows you Democrat voters are just so trained to march in lockstep that they don't take a second to realize they are voting for the same policies they oppose. Now, let me tell you guys something that may surprise some of you. This election really doesn't have all that much to do with Donald Trump. It's not even about him. For me, the most important thing for me in this election is if you look at our culture right now and look at our society, the left controls everything. They control what you can think, what you can say. And if you look at every institution, every powerful entity in this country, except the federal government, it's all run by the left. Academia, the media, every corporation, Silicon Valley, Hollywood, every single one, except the federal government. Can you guys imagine if we put the government in alignment with all of those entities, all are who have the same ideology, the same party, all pushing more control and more censorship, it would be the end of having any rights. So that's what I'm basing my vote on. And you know, say what you will about Donald Trump. He is fighting the radical left. Who else was going to do that? Was Jeb Bush going to fight Antifa? Is Miss Lindsey Graham going to fight Antifa? I'm sorry, I don't mean to say anything bad about Lindsey Graham. She's a very classy lady. So this really has nothing to do with Donald Trump. You know, you don't have to like Trump, you don't have to dislike Trump. You got to vote for him. And, I mean, look at every place in this country that is 100% controlled by Democrats. It's crisis after crisis. They're falling apart. Crime is going up. Nothing ever changes. Everything stays the same. So, I mean, if they can't help their own cities, how are they going to run the country? You guys, I can't fucking believe Joe Biden is their nominee. Really? Am I crazy? Is it me? The DNC. He doesn't know where he is half the time. I would not let Joe Biden drive my car. And he's going to drive the country? Drive it right into the ground. And if we're talking about policies that liberals are supposed to be for, and that's why I think many of us are actual real liberals, if you think about what that really means. Joe Biden supported every war of the last 40 years. Democrats love to talk about mass incarceration. Who do you think wrote all those laws? There is a clip of Joe Biden from the 1990s on the Senate floor where he's talking about a crime bill that he authored, one of many, and he says how proud he is of this bill because the only thing we don't do in here is hang people for jaywalking. So that's your beloved Democratic Party. And so to people who still support this social justice warrior ideology, I would ask, where are things better? Who is better off? Who is more united? Who is getting along better? What positive changes are happening? And if the answer is nothing and nobody, then maybe it is time to walk away and try something else. So, a few months ago I did a thing. Brandon was very happy about this. I registered Republican. I'm a begrudging Republican. Let me just tell you, I am not wearing sweater vests. I am not playing golf. I refuse. But let's be honest, you know, this is a place of honesty. The Republican Party has really sucked for a long time. But it is on us. We are the new right. It is on us to hold them accountable and to force them to be everything that we know that they can be.
The Republican Party has sucked for a long time?
So, you know, the Republican Party really is a long way to go, but we are part of that change. It's on us. We need to force them to not only be the party that is of the people, but that is for all people. So I would just say to you guys who have walked, just remember, don't become what you walked away from. Do not buy into tribalism and groupthink and all of the things that we've
I feel bad for this guy.
So, you know, the time for staying quiet, sitting on the sidelines is long over. We are done with that. We're here, we show up, and we walk away. Thank you guys so much.
Give it up for Mike Harlow, everybody. We didn't see that, don't worry.
I'm very grateful.
Before I bring up the next speaker, I'd like to let everybody know that we have some lovely people back that way that are doing voter registration. If you want to register to vote, or if you want to switch your party, anything along those lines, please visit the lovely people back there. Go see Linda, please. Our next speaker is a psychologist or psychiatrist? Psychologist, which is up my alley. We have Karlin Poroshenko, everybody.
Hello. All right. So, guys, let me tell you something. This was not a part of my life plan. It was not. I was I did an organizational psychologist. I had a quiet little practice. I was working with businesses. I was doing my thing. And if you had told me a year ago that I would be speaking at a walkaway rally, I would have laughed in your face and told you you were insane and were in desperate need of my services. I gotta tell you what. But, you know, because here's the thing. I'm from Vermont, okay? I'm from Vermont.
You, Chris?
The land of...
Did you say you were part of the 300 Men March?
I marched with him.
You marched with them? Because I was in the 300 Men March, and I don't recognize you.
I marched with, remember when y'all walked down North Avenue? I was in the front. When y'all walked all the way down North Avenue? I remember you.
Yeah, but you weren't in the group, though.
No, not in the group.
Okay.
I just walked with my
Okay, so you walked with us one time.
One time.
Okay.
I walked down North Avenue from one end of North Avenue all the way down to the other end of North Avenue.
That's not really how you portrayed it on the stage.
I did?
Yeah, you said you were with the 300 Men March.
Well, I marched with him.
One time.
Yeah. Okay. Can we go back there and correct it?
It might be a good idea. Because you know how the 300 Men March do.
No, I don't.
They wouldn't appreciate it if you said that you were part of the group and then you weren't part of the group.
No, I wasn't part. I just marched with them one time. But they did. They was down here. They're the ones that stopped the riot down here.
And so how did I get here? How did I go on this journey from voting for Bernie in 2016 and then plugging my nose and voting for Hillary? Because Hillary, of course, was the lesser of two evils in the face of the racist, misogynist, homophobe that was Donald Trump. How did I go from there to being at this walkaway rally right now? Well, I gotta tell you, it all started with knitting. Knitting, of all things. Yes, the thing you do with the yarn and the two needles. I know when I say knitting, you guys think of old ladies kind of gathered around, gossiping and drinking tea and all that stuff, but that's actually not what the knitting world is doing right now. They're on Instagram, they're on Ravelry, they're sharing their pictures of their projects and all that stuff. Well, about a year and a half ago, social justice invaded my knitting community. My quiet, peaceful hobby that was
because we went out, we went out every single night. We were out there every Friday night, and to say that you were with us when you weren't, if you showed up for a parade, that's a different story than being out with us every single week. Because we were out there every single week protecting the neighborhood.
I don't remember. I'm trying to reference when y'all was down here and y'all stopped the.
Yeah, that was a very small part of everything that we did. We were out every single week.
And I saw one person, a gay man, a minority in the knitting community, actually admit himself to the hospital on suicide watch because he was bullied by the social justice mob so badly. And as I was watching this play out right in front of me, I realized that these were people that I had politically aligned myself with. And that was the moment. That was the moment where I started to wake up. And I challenged myself to start listening to voices that I thought I would disagree with. The very first video that I watched was a walkaway town hall from New York City with Brandon Strzok and Mikey Harlow and all the others. And as I watched this town hall, convinced